is constantly preventing us from achieving that perfection, from being gods on the earth, so to speak. Okay?
If I may add, because the spirit wants to do the right thing all the time,
right?
But the flesh is carnal. It wants to be wicked and do what it wants to do.
Exactly.
You know,
so and to be carnally minded. Matter of fact, that's in Romans. Let me get that precept real quick. Let's see. This is, where is it at in Romans? I think it's in chapter 5. Let me see. To be carnally minded is death. He that is dead is free from sin. I know I just had it. Yeah, you can Google it, Papa Shot, real quick. Salaki, I'm pretty sure I highlighted it. You can just put carnally minded death.
Romans 8 and 6.
Okay, there it is. Okay, Romans 8 and 6. Yeah, Papa Shot just called that out in breakdown. Yeah, it was on this page. I'm tripping.
This is Romans chapter 8 in verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Right. So to be carnally minded is death. So to continually live in the flesh is gonna eat you away. You know, the reward of a sinner, you know, is always gonna become manifest in his end. You know. Okay. So let's go ahead and read that last verse there in Galatians. In Galatians chapter 18, I'm sorry, chapter 5, verse 18.
This is Galatians chapter 5 and verse 18. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
Boom. If ye be led by the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Okay? What does that mean? That's talking about if you're walking in the Spirit, you're going to fulfill the law. Like Yahushua did. He showed us he's the perfect example of that. Walking in the Spirit and keeping the law at the same time. Judging in the Spirit. Okay? He was judging through the Spirit. That's what you see. You can't write down the Spirit in words. It's a way. It's a being. It's like trying to describe the wind. You know? Well, it's just something that blows and you kind of feel it when it hits your face. I mean, you know, it's you have to experience it in order to really grasp it. Okay, that's why a carnal man can't get these understandings. Okay, where we in Romans. Okay, let's read that verse one more time.
It's Romans chapter 7 verse 4.
Yep.
Wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Hamashiach, that ye should be married to another, even to him who is raised from the dead, that we should bring forth fruit unto the Most High.
Right. And that fruit, the fruit of the Spirit, is listed in verse 22 back in Galatians. Okay? You want to read that?
This is Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
Right. All of these things are attributes that Yahushua had. You know, as a matter of fact, these are the things that were listed in Matthew chapter 5, the Beatitudes, when Yahushua was speaking on the mountain. Okay, let me go ahead and read it. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Matthew chapter 5 and 1. It says, "And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Okay, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, okay, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High. Blessed are all the the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Why would they be persecuted for righteousness' sake? Because they kept the law? No. Otherwise, all the circumcision would have been persecuted. The circumcision was doing the persecution. The circumcision was those who were those same ones who persecuted Yahushua. So what is it? What is this this law thing? It's all about the spirit, man. Yahushua had the spirit. That's why they persecuted him. Stephen was the first martyr for Yahushua. Why? Because he had the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, and so and all the way on down to the apostles, all the way through to the apostles and elders in the ancient days were crucified. I'm sorry, not crucified. Well, some were crucified, but were eventually martyrs. Okay, but they testified of Yahushua. Okay, let's see. Was that back in Galatians? Meekness, temperance, against such there is no law. Okay, in verse 24, back in Galatians chapter 5, verse 24, it says, "And they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and the lusts." So they let go of all of the things on this side that you may perceive that are worth keeping. Okay, they let go of all such things. Why? For the sake of the kingdom, to receive it 100-fold in the kingdom.
Let me add, you gotta cut off the desires of the flesh, man. You know, mortify your members.
That's right. Mortify your members, brother. Exactly right. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to Romans chapter 7 and continue reading there.
This is Romans chapter 7 and verse 5. "For when we were in the flesh, the motions of sins which were by the law did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death."
Right. So what is the fruit unto death? Let's go back to Galatians chapter 5. Let's start at verse 19.
This is Galatians chapter 5 and verse 19. "Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murderers, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High."
Right. So all of the fruit of the flesh, all of the things that that carnal men do, men really void of understanding do, those things are listed there. Okay. I wanted to get a precept in I want to say it's James. It says, "From whence come revilings among you?" I think. Oh, verse 4. I'm in Salakia, chapter 4. Okay. It says, James chapter 4, verse 1. "From whence come wars and fightings among you?" James was addressing the body, those who were in the truth, but who were going off as far as striving and contending against one another. Okay, verse. I'm gonna start again. It says, "From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence, even of your lusts that war in your members?" You see, they were fighting over things that were carnal, that were fleshly, right? It says, "Ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have, and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not." You see, they were being carnal. They were constantly desiring of one another certain things, so that their flesh could be pleased. But that's not what it's about. It's about fulfilling the spirit, the law of faith. Okay. What about the law of faith? Okay. Matter of fact, there's a precept in Romans chapter 3 that mentions the law of faith. Let's see. It's in verse 27. Hold on. Let's start at verse 23 though.
Con. This is Romans chapter 3.
Oh, you know what? Salaki, verse 21.
21?
Yeah.
Con. This is Romans chapter 3, beginning at verse 21. But now the righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested.
Whoa, without the law? Wait. Run that back, Babu Kushah. Babu
Read it.
Kushah. One more time, Babu
Read it
Kushah.
again. Romans chapter 3, starting at verse 21. But now the righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested.
Whoa, so you can be righteous without the law? How do you do that? Go ahead.
Being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of the Most High, which is by faith in Yahushua HaMashiach, unto all and upon all them that believe,
Right.
for there is no difference.
Right. The righteousness of the Most High, which is by the faith of Yahushua HaMashiach. Okay? Not by the faith of